Welcome back to another episode of Day Sports. My name is Chris, and I'm here with my brother Tom. How you going, bro?
Oh, fucking buggered after the last couple of days whacking up a frame, but yeah, I haven't been on here for a couple of weeks. Had a bit on, been down to Melbourne,
Yep.
enemy territory after we pounced those losers. And yeah, that's about it really. How you going?
About it, yeah. I'm on holidays now, about to head off to South Korea and Japan. Currently sitting in this room, absolutely sweating my nuts off though. No AC in here, and I don't want the fan making too much noise, so I might have to figure out something in the next few weeks with that one. But yeah,
real life Squid Game action.
yeah, no, literally. So I'm just going to be drinking all the beers, having all the food. Couldn't quite figure out actually yesterday what they're... Apparently, South Korea doesn't have a national beer, unlike a lot of other countries do, I suppose. So, but I like to go whichever country I like to, dabble a little bit in there, whatever their local drop is. So I'm sure whatever it is, I'm going to sniff it out and have about
You do
500
love a little
of
bit
them.
of sake when you get over to Japan, so I'm sure you...
Oh,
Funny story
yeah.
about that as well, but yeah.
Well, the Japan side, I'm sorted. You got your Asahi, you got Sapporo, Kirin. There's a million things to have. I'm not worried about that. It's more like
Japanese
South Korean side of things.
diaries.
Oh, mate, the South Korean Slims are going to be getting an absolute workout as well. Hot girl cigarettes, mate.
Yeah.
It is going to be great. Because it's the same. Like you go to Bali, you absolutely just delete. Well, Indonesia, delete. Well, particularly Bali, delete some bintangs. You go over to Thailand, you have some singers. You go over to New Zealand, you have some fucking what are they fucking called? Spites. Yeah. Oh, they're actually a good drop too. Not bad. But you were saying you were away. I'm still stunned that you didn't get to watch this live. And
Right, so this was an awful...
just talk me through your evening. How did it play out,
So
Tom?
basically, I was like trying to book dinner during the week. I'm like, it's too fucking hard to figure out, what dinner locations are around like a hotel. I was like, I'll just book it the night we get in. So I was like, righto, look at my phone. This is like this is the process of me booking this. So look at my phone. I'm like, righto, 6:30 kickoff, sweet. I'll book dinner for 7:30. At least I get an hour of footy in, and then the end can just be a surprise for me. Really, that's where we were sort of sitting at. Me not really realising daylight saving starts on Sunday the 5th of October in Melbourne. So, so I've booked dinner for 7:30 thinking footy's kicking off at 6:30. I was going to get an hour of footy in. No, turns out we sat down for dinner at 7:30. When kickoff was happening, I missed the entire match. But I don't know. I did talk through it with Jess in the days prior, and even the days after the NRL Grand Final, that it was probably a good thing that I didn't watch the Grand Final in case we got thumped on her birthday. Then I just would have been in all sorts of shittiness for not only that day, but the next couple of days, that's for sure, like in 2023. But go you Bronx.
It could have had a damper on the trip for sure. Did you have a couple of extra toilet breaks? Oh, Dale, the beers are really going through me.
I literally put my phone on. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Because I was like, I don't even want to know how many messages I was getting. I had a fuckload when I turned it off, Do Not Disturb. Because funnily enough, I checked the score after like 20 minutes or whatever. It was 6-12. I was like, oh, fuck. But I'm like, nah, it's all right. Like, we're down by one try. But a part of me was also like, oh, fuck. Like, we're in trouble here. Don't know why. I was just so negative. But we started to get a little bit pissy, I think. And Jess sort of blurted out, because I was like, oh, I just keep thinking about like what's happening with this game. And she's like, oh yeah, I've had a fair few messages. I was like, oh fuck, righto. So we're getting thumped, sick.
Oh,
and then I was just like, sort of off for the rest of the time we're at dinner. I was like, fuck's sakes, like get to another grand
His
final.
head's in a different place.
Yeah, and I was like, go to another grand final. We're getting pumped, great. And then she's like, no, like she sort of backtracked a bit, and she's like, I've only had one message from Ruby, and that was when it was the same time you checked the score. That was 6-12. I was like, oh, righto then. I was like, oh, we might be a chance. And then, but still deep down, sort of thought that we were getting pumped. And I was looking out the window, trying to see if there was any Melbourne or Broncos supporters walking past to see who was celebrating and who was down in the dumps to sort of give me an indication. But there wasn't any, so I was going to watch. I was going to try to get back to the hotel ASAP and avoid any Melbourne or Broncos supporters and watch the replay. But I was like, I just couldn't wait. Check the score, and I was like, they fucking won. I was like, they fucking won. And then I hear some fella yell, up there Broncos. I was like, up there fucking Broncos. I was really in tears after that. Oh, fuck. That was happiness.
Yeah, I went through the emotions. Luckily, there was like 5,000 Asahis to kind of keep me mellow. But Christine was good, though. Half time we were down, and then she's just like, I'm like, starting to stress, a lot of faith in the boys. Obviously, the last few weeks, we just keep coming back at halftime. And I'm like, to do it 3 weeks in a row in the finals is pretty fucking ballsy.
In a grand finals against Melbourne.
In a grand final against...
big ask,
Yeah, exactly. So it was a little bit, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? And the whole tide turn, like the second half, again, just like a lot of those other games, was like chalk and cheese, like completely different sort of stuff. And then I fucking, of course, blew up when they won at the end there. I didn't realize how close we actually came to losing it. Like that play that Katoa went through and passed to Paps. Like I didn't realize until.
I'm going to disagree there because everyone's been like, a lot of people have said this. They're like, oh, fucking Reece made that, made that play at the end. If you watch the footage, Ezra Man was all over that boy. Like, if they got the pass away, Ezra was getting Paps 100%. Like, he was absolutely flying. And then
he was getting Katoa, man.
And then, no, it wasn't Katoa past the Paps?
Yeah, he passed Paps. Reece got Paps, and Ezra would have been flying. Well, either way, I think he would have got whoever.
I reckon he would have got whoever was going. And then if you look in the background, you can see like just in the edge of the shot, Payne was like absolutely hooking. No, like he was absolutely hooking it towards where they were as well. So I was like, even if they did get that pass away, I actually reckon they would have stopped them. But I couldn't believe it when I seen the score, and then the second half when Tui. Like Kamitha, don't know how the fuck he didn't score there, but looked awfully like he scored. I was like, oh yeah, that would have been lights for sure. That would have been game over if they'd scored first in the second half. That would have been it.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been good, but yeah, it was so good. I was absolutely celebrating, but then the old content is king, so I go straight into it. Like the whole lead up to it, I try not to prepare too much shit because I feel a bit woo about it. Either way, like I don't want to
goggles and cigars and shit.
Yeah, no, I couldn't find the fucking ski goggles, or else I literally would have. I did get a cigar though. And but I was thinking, I was like coming up with, I was sending shit through to you, like different shit from movies and whatever. And then I was like, oh, Stone Cold Steve Austin, that's the one. So I drank all my golds and went on to the sides, but I left 2 tinnies of golds in case we did get it done. Yeah. And then sure enough, I got Christine film and throwing me tinnies. And there's some people there that I've basically never met in my life. Here's me smashing 2 beer cans over my head and sculling them and like carrying on. And her stepdad was like, oh, it's all good. Like, he's got a podcast and whatever. Because they're probably just like, what the fuck is going on here? And then straight into editing mode. And I was kind of G'ing up to either go to Caxton because I had mates that had watched it on Caxton or to the casino. Oh, and I'd also just won. I was about to say 10 G's, baby, but nah, 1 grand, which wasn't too bad. So I was very much in a celebration spending mode.
One of the first things I looked at was the try scorers in that match. As soon as I seen the Broncos won, I was like, looked at the try scorers. I was like, I wish I'd put that bet on I sent to you the other day after I got some cash off my old boss. So I was going to load a couple hundred on that Shiba and Broncos combo. But then I was like,
fuck, that would have paid.
Yeah, it was paying back like $1,200 or something. But and then I was like, fuck, right, I'm actually getting a Shibasaki tattoo now.
Well, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, I was already having a little celebration. I think the first try went over for, but that's like before we were ahead. So I was already like, oh, we're there. But I didn't want to say anything yet. I didn't want to be like, oh, if we win or when we. I was just like, shut the fuck up. just let the game ride out, and then he scored another one at the depth just to double down on it, Tom, to make sure you get in it. But I had to go through our friend Retro Rugby League's Retro Rugby League's reels from Magic Round to clip up that little promise that you made to him, which I'm sure you're gonna hold true to, as well as ours. So I'll clip all that up, make a little thing of that. But I'd like to say, tattoo artists in Brisbane must be thriving in the last week.
Ooh, yeah. I seen some lady the other day, actually. She did free Broncos tattoos, I think. She must have had about like 3 or 4 designs she was doing. It was like a retro design. And, you know, like Cord Broncos had to go, like that sort of writing.
Yeah.
And a couple of other ones. I was like, fuck, wish I was in Brizzy for that. Would have saved me a couple of dollars.
But no, like some of them have been some fucking shockers as well.
That
so
Reece-
whatever we...
the Reece Walsh, the Broncos trophy in the toilet situation, like the one that Retro put up of
from 6 against Smacks.
6 against Smacks. Yeah, that's a pisser of a tattoo. That.
But so yeah, whatever you whip up, we got to do something good. I don't know how we're going to incorporate the Shiba tattoo or the goatee more so than anything, but I'm sure we're going to figure out a way that will definitely, maybe the next time we get together, or we'll have to tee up something. We'll have to get something together for that. But I'm so excited. It's going to be hilarious. But yeah, no. So yeah, good time to be a tattoo artist in Brisbane, the amount of people going in there. But then, yeah, I pretty much go away, not tomorrow, the next day. So I miss basically all the Pacific Championships. Basically, I think I might see one of the Ashes matches between Australia and England. Have you seen much of the squad at all?
Nah, I don't think... Has the Ashes squad even been announced?
Yeah, the squad's announced. So 23-man squad. Plenty of Broncos in there. I just love that Shibasaki, he's managed to go all the way. Stags
Bro, you
in there.
have said
Like,
Ashes, eh? 'Cause
about like, this bloke.
I'm like, the fucking cricket squad hasn't been... I was like...
Oh, no, not the
They haven't
cricket.
even played any Sheffield Shield yet this season. They haven't announced the Ashes squad.
Actually. But just quickly about the Ashes, just real quick, one little point before then. Like, there's all this stuff about, like, whether Paddy Cummins is going to be fit. It's like, oh, no, I guess we'll play Scott Boland.
We'll play Scotty Boland, who has England in his back pocket. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, no. One of the best bowlers in the world that can't break into the Australian
Insane
team.
that, though.
So.
Actually, that's probably one of the coolest things I've seen on our trip to Melbourne, though. We did the MCG tour, and you go in the, like, into the away sheds, and then into the, like, through the media room and into the home sheds. I totally even forgot about it until I, like, seen the honours boards, and it was like, Australia team, 5 wickets, Scott Boland 6 for 7. It's pretty fucking cool.
Good shit to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I remember, like, I briefly remember it when we went to Sydney yonks ago. We did the tour of the SCG. That was pretty sick as well.
See, that was good,
doing that now.
But I reckon MCG definitely doesn't have the same, like, history in artifacts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say artifacts, but the same history as what the SCG does, like with the old as fuck, like, members like stand and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was pretty, like, MCG tour was pretty fucking cool.
Would have been cool, and like the warning stand and stuff like that would have been pretty sick too.
Yeah, like they were putting the pictures in when we were there, so they were changing them from AFL to
yeah, that's pretty sick. But yes, the actual Kangaroos Ashes tour that Kevvie's fronting. I just love that Kevvie is the coach for this. Just a bloke that fucking loves his rugby league football going over there.
I feel like
and even Reece Walsh, sort of thing.
I feel like there's going to be a very heavy team bonding culture on this trip because Kevvie's known as being a bit of a people person amongst the players. So I imagine there's going to be a few drinking sessions to get the boys together before the trip sort of kicks off.
Well, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Kevvie's coaching, but I dare say he's not exactly. He's not your tactician or your clinical coach like your Bellyaches or your Wayne Bennett or your Madge or someone along those lines. I saw an interview from him the other day. I forgot where. I'd like to say Fox, could have been anywhere, but it was basically just like, how do you think the boys are going to get it done? Kevvie's like, if they attack good and defend really well, I reckon they can get it done. That's it, Kevvie. Fucking oath, mate.
We score more points than them.
That's shit you not just about what came out of his mouth. We got to put the points on the board, but we got to defend as well. Too right, Kevvie, too right. I think he's just stoked to be there, but he's the perfect kind of coach for that. He's not there to teach the best players in Australia how to fucking do X, Y, Z. It's just
you've literally got the best players at the best competition in the world go and play a bunch of mugs from England. Pretty sure we're going to be all right.
Yeah,
pretty sure you could send
somehow
Greg Bird or something like that over there as coach, and I think we'd be all good.
Yeah, you're getting it done. Bit of Shane Flanagan. You might have to bring Kyle with you, but they would get it done.
Fuck. Thank God
I saw some
imagine
England
imagine if Shane was Australian coach, Kyle would actually get picked in the number 7 jersey. There's no ifs or buts about that.
I just think he's got more potential. But I saw some England podcast thing pop up, and they saw the grand final and the way Reece played, obviously, and they're like, yeah, we might actually be fucked. And I saw the squad that they rolled out for it, and they're not much doing.
Yeah, I don't know if you've watched much Super League. You really don't have to be doing too much to fucking break through lines and get runaways. There's a good chance Reece, especially if Reece, I haven't really thought about kickers and stuff like that, especially if Reece is I'm assuming he's going to be playing fullback over Edwards. That's my guess.
You'd think so, yeah.
You'd think so. The boy is in the most red hot form of his life. You'd think so. And especially if he's kicking goals as well, there's a good chance Reece scores at least 16 points a match.
Oh, there's no way he's going to be kicking over Nathan.
Oh, fuck. I'm a dickhead. How do I forget the chin?
Slow your roll. Yeah, no.
I just had Nathan with fucking a couple of packets of Samporos in my head over in Bali, so I forgot that he was heading over to the UK. But yeah.
He's getting those lungs ready for the cold weather, mate. Getting them he's getting them battle ready. But speaking of Nathan and Reece, though, and you can even throw Munster in there because that's obviously your 6-7. And I'm assuming, again, Reece is going to be playing. But I am so keen to see particularly Nathan and Reece play together. I don't think they've ever played together. If they have, couldn't tell you when. But fuck me, the things that those two are going to be able to do to England is going to be haunting. The places that Nathan's going to be able to put Reece, it's going to be so cooked.
Yeah, there is a good chance we put 50 on England in every match.
I think it's I feel like it actually, in terms of their dynamics, probably more if Ben Hunt was playing in the 7. Bit weird to compare, I suppose, Dozer, the Broncos hero, Queensland hero, to Nathan Cleary. But Nathan, I feel like, is that more clinical, he's got a bit of X factor, obviously, but goes through the motion sort of player. And then you obviously got Munster that's just going to do Munster things. And I think Reece can just pop up really anywhere off either of them. He can go off the real, Munster's going to palm off 500 dudes, bang, pop a ball through to Reece, or Nathan cheeky little chip, or just beautiful ball play type of stuff. Him off a big sweeping thing, but it will be interesting. But I dare say Australia just sweep him. Kevvie goes on one of the all-time benders. Happy days.
Yeah. Touching on as soon as you said Ben Hunt, it just brought a thought to my mind though from the grand final. But I rang the old boy straight after I checked the results.
Yeah.
And he's like, how good was that? I was like, yeah, didn't get to watch a minute. He's like, you serious? And he goes, Reynolds, fucked, gone. He goes, Ben Hunt, fucking knocked out cold, gone. Shibasaki, head knock, gone. I was like, not Shibasaki, Karapani. I was like,
Karapani.
What? We lost all 3. He's like, yeah, we lost. Yeah. He goes, we lost Reno at the start of the second half and then lost Dozer halfway through the second. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
and then I watched it. I was like, how the fuck did we win that?
Yeah, well, that's what I said last week. I was like, losing Reno was like, okay, that's shit, but we've got it done all these other weeks leading into finals. It's not like
Hunty hasn't been playing 7 for the last month and a half anyway. So that's when when I rewatched it, I was like, oh, that actually would have been oh shit, but also not too bad because I knew Reece would have come into it even more then. So
But then when we lost Ben, that's when I started to like worry. Not necessarily worry, but I was like, fuck, if we need points though, like who's going to be steering this ship around? Yes, you got Reece and whatever. But the biggest one for me was Karapani, because when he went, I was like, fuck, they are just going to pepper that side, because you're going to have obviously Shiba. I think he moved out to wing and the back rower go across. That's where I was like, fuck, but all worked out, so that was fine. On the weekend, didn't watch it, but the PM's 13, they played PNG. Smacked them, I suppose, mostly. But I'd like to know, to be expected. I saw as well, I think Retro was actually there, like where they put the jerseys together and did all the numbers.
Yeah,
half the jerseys
like,
was
all the Queensland ones and stuff. I think they get done out someplace in Caloundra. So
yeah. Half the numbers and that were all falling off the back of them. So I don't know if Retro did a couple dodgies when he was doing his videos or what was going on there. But I'd like to know, Tom, though, how in the world we missed every fucking conversion? We missed 7. I looked at the thing and I was like, I was looking at tries. I was like, Trey Fuller has scored 3 or 4. We've scored all these tries. How were we 28-10? And then I look and it's 0-7 on conversions. And I'm just like, how is that? What is going on? Who else
was kicking? Did Mitch Moses kick the whole game or?
Nah, Jaden Campbell started off. Mitchy Moses took over the tee, and then he's gone on to have an all-time shocker of a miss.
Because we were playing, I think I was playing golf Sunday, and we checked the score, and it was like, and Pud's like, oh, Trey Fuller scored 3, and someone else has scored. I was like, oh yeah, what's the score? He's like, oh, 20-0. What?
Yeah, what?
Oh no, it was like 16. It was like 16-0, and I was like, "What? Are they not doing conversions or something in this game?" He's like, "No, they've just missed every kick."
No, that's what I thought. That was my initial thought too. I was just like, "Are we just like purposely skipping it just to get on with the game? Like, what's going on here?"
But no,
and then I saw a clip though, because again, didn't watch it live, but saw the clip of Mitchy Moses lining one up pretty much in front. I dare say I could kick it over with my left foot, Tom. I am in fact right-footed. I reckon I could do it with my left, but I reckon we're adding that miss down to one of the all-time classic misses. You can put that in a compilation with the rest of them, because that one was so bad.
Yeah, that was awfully bad. But do you think that maybe this could be a bit of Zach Lomax dust rubbing off on Mitch Moses? Lomax has been known to miss a few goals this season, and especially in big games, i.e. Origin. It could be a bit of Galvin effect going on there. Bit of Lomax
maybe Moses has been doing a bit of practice with Kieran Foran, because there was a little bit of that about it. Almost as easy to hit. Kieran Foran, a bit more talented, went under, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly.
Under the crossbar. How good.
Baffling, that one. And part of that, though, they finally announced what the new PNG team coming in 2028, their name and whatever. I thought they were going to have a lot more prepared for this. It was kind of like great to get announced, but they didn't have a logo. They didn't have a jersey. They literally just had a name, which I suppose is a start. And obviously PNG, it's their national sport. They love a bit of rugby league. Like, you would not believe how they love a bit of rugby league. But so they finally announced that, the PNG Chiefs. What are your thoughts on it? You like the name, Tom? Bit of something to it?
I think I've just got so used to PNG Hunters from obviously Q Cup. See, that's another thing. I wonder if whether the Queensland Cup involvement's going to fold going into NRL season. I don't know. There'll be something that's bridged across when they come in 2028?
Yeah, 28.
28. I can't see him lasting long, I can see him lasting like all of like 2-3 years, and they're going to fold.
No.
But yeah, I don't know about the name. I'll just like wish they'd just taken like PNG Hunters and just rolled it into NRL, because I thought that's a gun name. But yeah, PNG Chiefs, not too bad, I guess.
Yeah, I don't hate the name Chiefs, and I hope they all work out, like, just again because of the love that PNG have for the game. But you're right, Hunters is a bit of a gun of a name. It'll be interesting, like I said, to see if it does continue. I suppose we'll see. But who do you reckon is, like, if you had to lock in, who's a lock to be signing in that first team, the PNG Chiefs? Who are you picking? Who do you reckon would go over there?
I actually reckon a player who's been like a bit on the out and in on the Gold Coast for the last like few seasons. Brimson.
Brimson.
Of all players, yeah.
That was not.
I don't know.
That was not like, a person I would have come to mind.
I don't know. I feel like he could be a bit of a marquee signing for the PNG Chiefs. So, from my understanding, they're not actually going to be like based in PNG. They're going to be based out of Cairns, from my understanding. But
I don't know if they've 100% confirmed that, because there's a lot of talk of compounds going on there.
Fuck that. That'd be like, honestly, like, why would you? That'd be like going back into the COVID bubble all over again. Like, that can't be appetizing to any player at all. Like, I feel like Cairns is a pretty reasonable, like, thing to be like, righto, we live and play out of Cairns. That's, and then, you know, like the short flight over to PNG to play.
Yeah, it'd make a whole lot more sense. Because, yeah, surely they can't be like, I suppose they'd be based there, because I think they're like tossing up some tax incentives sort of stuff going on.
Sure,
so I don't know if that'd mean they'd have to be based there, but whatever it might be. But yeah, well, I'm sure there's a couple players in the twilight of their career that might go, yeah, I'll go over and get a couple. He could be one, but I was looking at the age of him, and it would kind of make sense. Well, it was probably two, but maybe Alex Johnson. He could go over there. He's about 31 years. He's got a couple more
as well. So
yeah, it kind of lines up a little bit. I'd get pretty excited for him, but I'm like, oh, he might want to be a Rabbitoh through and through. But when that PNG coin comes knocking, a bit of tax-free money for a couple of years,
I think especially guys, I wouldn't be surprised if you see guys, especially who don't have like a post-footy career sort of like thing lined up. Like a lot of guys who, you know, you can already see Renault's going to fucking roll into coaching and media stuff as soon as he retires. You know, there's a few different players like that who are already doing sort of media work that also they're just going to roll into that stuff. But guys that don't, like, there's an awful amount of guys who, like, obviously don't really have a plan post-footy that I can see them just, like, getting away with these big dollars in their face and they're like, oh, tax-free, we're gone.
Which is not like the worst thing. Like, you know, there's been, I don't even want to talk about it, but all this chat about the Rugby 360 stuff. And it kind of goes like exactly what you were saying. Like, if you're one of those players who's in and out of squads or fucking just gets thrown ridiculous coin in front of you, but you're almost stupid not to take it. Like, I'd be shattered if Payne Haas left, but if they offered that bloke like $5 million a year, oh, Payne, come play a bit of rugby for $5 million a year. If he left after he's won a ring, I'd be like, look, fair enough to you. Like, yeah, honestly, like, and like, for example, paying 25, yeah, cool, I'll go play Rugby 360 for the 2 seasons it's last, get $10 million and come back. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So
I'd already class him as the greatest pop of all time. After winning.
Oh yeah.
After winning a ring, for sure. So yeah, it's not like his record's tarnished or anything like that, or by going over there. I'm like. But it's another thing that he took on, like, he's the, like, guardian of 2 of his younger brothers, though, so...
Oh, his family and that, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how it would have to be an astronomical amount of money for him, I think, then, to go and uproot everything, and... So, yeah, I don't know. Be interesting to see what happens there out of it all.
Yeah, speaking of Payne, I don't think he's going to go anywhere, but yeah, like, another one for PNG I could see potentially, because they tend to not necessarily hold their wingers for too long, it being Melbourne Storm. Xavier Coates, he could be one that I could potentially see, like, depending on how things go.
Don't know, eh? But
yeah.
One could actually be Grant Anderson, because I don't really know where he's going to get a sniff, like, in this Broncos team now, after they secured the premiership. And I think he's on contract for a year or two, so...
If you can believe the tinfoil hats, Nathan Cleary is basically locked and signed already at this point. He's Danny Merrifau, therefore definitely going to the PNG Chiefs. It's all but done, Tom. If you believe some of the news going on. But pretty much, I reckon, unless you got anything else off the top of your head, that probably does it. We're going to be going on a little hiatus for the next couple of weeks while I'm overseas, and then we'll dabble in a little bit of cricket and whatever pops up. If anything super crazy pops up, I'm sure we'll chuck up a video, a reel, or whatever else. But that will do. See you in a couple of weeks' time.
Au revoir.